According to a magazine, Pokemon were sent to Paldea by aliens. Hey everyone, it's Ashley, the other half of Our Radiant Gaming. While playing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, mine and Dusty's favorite thing was reading each other's Pokédex entries. However, the longer we played, the more we found out that Pokédex entries can be a little weird. So, from that stemmed an idea to make a video about the most weird Pokédex entries in Gen 9. Buckle your seatbelts. Here we go. Greavard from Pokemon Scarlet. It is said that a dog Pokemon that died in the wild without ever interacting with a human was reborn as this Pokemon. Okay, Game Freak, let's just go ahead and break everyone's hearts while they read this. Thank you so much. Let's just go straight from Pokemon dog souls to mushroom jerky made out of Pokemon flaps, shall we? Toedscool from Pokemon Scarlet. Toedscool live in muggy forest. The flaps that fall from its body are chewy and very delicious. The fact that any Pokédex entry straight up says the flaps from a Pokemon are chewy and delicious literally made me laugh out loud when I read this. If we're being honest, Toedscool is the last Pokemon I'd want to be eating from. I mean, Lechonk is a way better choice. Charcadet from Pokemon Scarlet. Burnt charcoal came to life and became a Pokemon. Possessing a fiery fighting spirit, Charcadet will battle even tough opponents. Imagine cooking a Lechonk over a charcoal fire and a Charcadet just exists right in front of you. Paldea is a weird place. Oinkologne male. Pokemon Violet. It entrances female Pokemon with a sweet, alluring scent that wafts from all over its body. Well, this is the reason you see Lechonks everywhere. Maushold from Pokemon Scarlet. The two little ones just appeared one day. The group might be a family of related Pokemon, but nobody knows for sure. You know those family members that just randomly show up at family gatherings? The ones you haven't seen in years or ever? That's probably what is happening here. Or it could be that a bunch of random trainers are hosting picnics with Tandem Mouse and Ditto. So we have a bunch of rogue mice popping up everywhere. Iron Treads, Pokemon Scarlet. This Pokemon closely resembles a scientific weapon that a paranormal magazine claimed was sent to this planet by aliens. Aliens in a Pokemon world? Now that's an interesting YouTube video. Someone please make that lore or let me know if it's in the world somewhere because I want to watch about that. Bramblin from Pokemon Scarlet. A soul unable to move on to the afterlife was blown around by the wind until it got tangled up with dried grass and became a Pokemon. Okay, so one thing I noticed during our playthrough is that the Pokédex entry for Rabsca in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are totally different. Let's talk about Scarlet first. Rabsca, Pokemon Scarlet. The body that supports the ball barely moves. Therefore, it is thought that the true body of this Pokemon is actually inside the ball. Is the true body of the Pokemon actually inside the ball? No. Let's go to Violet. Rabsca, Pokemon Violet. An infant sleeps inside the ball. Rabsca rolls the ball soothingly with its legs to ensure the infant sleeps comfortably. Rabsca has an infant. Apparently, Reller loved that dung ball so much because it was going to be the home of its future child. Veluza, Pokemon Scarlet. When Veluza discards unnecessary flesh, its mind becomes honed and its psychic power increases. The spare flesh has a mild but delicious flavor. This Pokemon is straight up filleting itself and nobody bats an eye because, hey, it's delicious, right? Next is a set of Pokemon, Naclstack and Garganacl, its evolution, that use their salt very differently. Naclstack, Pokemon Scarlet. This Pokemon dries its prey by spraying salt over them. The curing process steals away the water in the prey's body. So this is interesting because Naclstack literally kills Pokemon by spraying salt onto them and drying up the water from their body. However, Garganacl heals injured Pokemon with its salt. Garganacl, Pokemon Scarlet. Garganacl will rub its fingertips together and sprinkle injured Pokemon with salt. Even severe wounds will promptly heal afterward. So I guess my question is, how does Naclstack salt dry Pokemon up and then Garganacl's salt heals Pokemon? Game Freak, please explain. Dachsbun from Pokemon Violet. The surface of this Pokemon's skin hardens when exposed to intense heat. and its body has an appetizing aroma. Are we straight up saying that Dachsbun is like a cinnamon bun when it's hot outside? Because if so, this is the best dog Pokemon to own. Varoom from Pokemon Scarlet. It is said that this Pokemon was born when an unknown poison Pokemon entered and inspirited an engine left at the scrap processing factory. An unknown poison Pokemon, you say? Well, since Trubbish is not in Gen 9, I'm going to say it was Trubbish. Also, why isn't Trubbish in Scarlet and Violet? In my opinion, the best poison Pokemon should have had a spot in that Gen 9 Pokédex. Iron Hands Pokemon Scarlet. It is similar to a cyborg covered exclusively by a paranormal magazine. The cyborg was said to be the modified form of a certain athlete. Okay, so let's have some honesty for this one. Hariyama always reminded me of a sumo wrestler, to which Google says Hariyama is based off of a Japanese sumo wrestler. Fun fact, I did not know. I also Googled if sumo wrestlers were athletes because personally, I know nothing about sumo wrestlers. To answer that, Iron Hands is a modified form of a certain athlete who is definitely a sumo wrestler because sumo wrestlers are definitely considered athletes. Another fun fact I did not know. You're welcome for the very basic knowledge I did not know until today. Iron Jugulis, Pokemon Scarlet. It resembles a certain Pokemon introduced in a paranormal magazine, described as the offspring of a Hydreigon that fell in love with a robot. There's not really much here to say except, how are Pokemon falling in love with robots? How are they creating offspring? And what kind of world is future Paldea anyway? Wo-Chien, Pokemon Scarlet. The grudge of a person punished for writing the king's evil deeds upon wooden tables has clad itself in dead leaves to become a Pokemon. This Pokemon could have chosen anything to clad itself with, but it chose dead leaves. Also, to the beginning of the Pokédex entry, what? Gimmighoul, Pokemon Scarlet. This Pokemon was born inside a treasure chest about 1500 years ago. It sucks the life force out of scoundrels who try to steal the treasure. So imagine using a treasure map and actually finding the treasure and it ends up being Gimmighoul. All of that hard work just to die. What a cruel, weird Pokemon. And last and the least, Quaquaval, Pokemon Violet. Dancing in ways that evoke faraway places, this Pokemon mesmerizes all that see it. Flourishes of its decorative water feathers slice into its foes. Okay, so technically this wasn't even a weird Pokédex entry unless you count the feathers slicing people up, but I just wanted to say its dance does not mesmerize all that see it. Its dance actually makes me want to banish Quaquaval to faraway places, to say it nicely. Let me know in the comments if you find any weird Pokédex entries. I'm sure I missed a few. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe for more Nintendo content. Thank you all so much for watching. Have an amazing day and God bless.